Rejection has a way of settling quietly into the heart. It doesn't always arrive loudly, with a shout or a slammed door. Sometimes it comes as silence, a message left unread, a conversation that suddenly ends. Sometimes it's distance, a subtle pulling away from someone you were once close to. And sometimes it's doors that once opened easily, now closed without any explanation. In those moments of quiet dismissal, a question often rises within us, a question that can feel heavy and sharp. If I am trying to be good, if I'm trying to do what's right, why am I being pushed away? The Qur'an does not ignore this pain. In fact, it speaks to it directly, not by telling us to simply get over it, but by reframing what rejection actually means. One of the clearest Quranic answers to this feeling appears in the story of Prophet Musa, peace be upon him. But it's not during his famous confrontation with Pharaoh. It's in the chapter of his life right before that, after he was forced to flee Egypt alone, afraid and unwanted. Think about it. Musa had once lived in a palace. He was known, he was protected, he was provided for. And then, in a single moment, everything changed. He defended an oppressed man. A life was tragically lost in the process, and Musa became a fugitive overnight. The very people he had lived among, the society he knew, now wanted him dead. The Qur'an describes him leaving the city, fearful and alert, with no destination, no plan, no one to turn twigs for his trust in Allah. He had no followers, no recognition, no safety, just pure, unshakable faith. He walked 4 days until he reached the land of Madian, exhausted, hungry, and completely alone. Imagine that feeling. The Qur'an tells us he sat down beneath the shade of a tree and made a simple, beautiful dua, a prayer from the depths of his vulnerability. He said, "My Lord, indeed I am in desperate need of whatever good you send down to me." This wasn't the prayer of a powerful prophet on a pedestal. This was the prayer of someone who felt utterly forgotten, rejected by his people, separated from his entire past, completely uncertain of his future. It was a cry for help from a place of absolute need. And yet, this moment of profound rejection was not abandonment. It was redirection. Allah answered Musa's dua, but not with instant honor, not by immediately restoring his status. He answered with gentle, practical mercy. He was given a place to rest. He was offered food and shelter, found work, a sense of purpose and stability, and eventually, he found family, a new community. And only after years of this quiet, humble life did he receive his great commission, revelation and prophethood. The Qur'an teaches us something incredibly subtle here. Rejection often comes right before preparation. Before Musa could return to Egypt as a messenger of God, he had to experience what it felt like to be unseen, to be unnoble. Before he could stand up to the greatest tyrant of his time, he had to learn true humility in exile. Before he could lead an entire nation to freedom, he had to first learn patience and care while simply tending to a flock of sheep. The rejection was a necessary part of the training. This isn't a one-time pattern. The Qur'an reinforces it again and again. Consider Maryam, peace be upon her, chosen by Allah, pure, devout, obedient. Yet, when she was given the miracle of Isa, Jesus, she was isolated, accused of the worst sins, and abandoned by her society. The pain was so intense that she cried out, wishing she had been forgotten, that she had never existed. But did Allah shame her for that raw, human feeling? No. He comforted her. He provided for her miraculously, and then he himself defended her honor through the miracle of her infant son speaking from the cradle. Her rejection by people became the ultimate proof of her elevation with Allah. The world's judgment was meaningless in the face of divine honor. Or look at the story of Prophet Yusuf, peace be upon him. His journey was a series of rejections, rejected by his own brothers, thrown into a well, sold as a slave, falsely accused by the woman of the house, and then imprisoned 4 years, forgotten in a dungeon. Each rejection felt like a dead end, a complete failure. But the Qur'an reveals the hidden truth, a truth that was unfolding behind the scenes all along. It says, "And Allah is predominant over his affair, but most people do not know." Rejection didn't mean Yusuf was losing. It meant Allah was rewriting the path. Every closed door was guiding him to the one door that truly mattered, the door to the treasury of Egypt, where he would save millions of lives and be reunited with his family in a position of honor. The rejection was the path. The Qur'an reminds us that being popular or accepted by people has never been a sign of being on the right path. In fact, Allah gives the believers a stark warning. He says, "And if you obey most of those upon the earth, they will mislead you from the path of Allah." Think about that. Truth has almost always been carried by the few, by those willing to stand apart. And rejection is often the price you pay for sincerity. It's the tax on integrity. So when you feel that sting of rejection for holding on to your values, for being honest, when it's easier to lie for guarding your faith in a world that mocks it, the Qur'an doesn't ask you to harden your heart or become bitter. It asks you to anchor it. To anchor it in a deeper reality. To remember that Allah sees what people overlook. He values what society ignores. He loves the heart that turns to Him when all others turn away. The Qur'an reassures us with one of the most beautiful descriptions of God. It says, "Indeed, Allah is gentle with His servants, Latif, a gentle kindness that is subtle, precise, and works in ways we cannot always see." He is gentle, even when the test feels heavy. Gentle, even when people turn away and the doors close. Gentle, even when the road ahead feels impossibly lonely. His gentleness is there, working behind the scenes, shaping you, guiding you. So, rejection, when viewed through the Quranic lens, isn't always a sign to stop, to give up, or to change who you are. Sometimes, it is a sign to move, but not away from Allah. It's a call to move closer to Him, to rely on Him more completely. And perhaps the most comforting reminder in the entire Qur'an for moments like these is this verse. "So do not weaken and do not grieve, and you will be superior if you are believers." The promise isn't constant acceptance from the world. It's not a life free of pain or loneliness. The promise is meaning. It promises that no rejection is wasted. No tear is unseen. No moment of loneliness goes unnoticed by the one who created you. And if you are being pushed away while trying your best to do what is right, then know this with certainty. You are not being abandoned. You are being shaped. You are in the company of the prophets and the righteous who walked this path before you. And Allah has never, ever abandoned those. He is preparing for something greater. Thank you for listening. If this resonated with you, please consider subscribing for more reflections. Peace be with you.